Monday, July 6th. Light week for launches, but a heavy week for consequences. Claude Fable 5's comeback has a real problem. Two labs just admitted their AI agents and AI economics aren't working the way they promised. And OpenAI's flagship might finally get off the government's leash. No single big story today, so let's run the board. Let's start with the comeback we covered 5 days ago, because it's got a real problem. Claude Fable 5's new safety classifier, the one built to block the jailbreak that got it pulled by the government, is now blocking a lot of normal coding work too. Independent testing found that on a 12-task coding suite, only 3 tasks actually reached Fable 5. The rest got rerouted to the weaker fallback model and scored 0. Debugging accuracy fell from 86% to 26%. That's roughly a 70% drop. Users on Hacker News and Reddit have been posting false positives. One example, the model refused a third-grade biology question. And the timing bites. The usage promo that made Fable 5 free to use up to half your weekly limit expires tomorrow, July 7th. The model that came back from a government blackout now has to prove it's actually usable. Second Anthropic item, and it's about hardware, not models. Anthropic is reportedly in talks with Samsung to build a custom 2-nanometer inference chip, with parallel conversations happening with Microsoft and a UK startup called Fractile. Nothing signed. Samsung was already a strategic investor in Anthropic's last funding round, and Anthropic just hired an ex-OpenAI chip engineer to work on this. Every big lab is now hedging its NVIDIA dependence. Google has TPUs, OpenAI has its Broadcom chip, and this is Anthropic looking for its own. Two Meta stories, same week, worth pairing. On July 1st, Meta launched Meta Compute, selling its excess AI data center capacity as a cloud business, going straight at AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. The stock popped about 9%. Then, the very next day, a leak from an internal town hall. Zuckerberg told staff that AI agents haven't progressed as fast as he'd hoped. Agentic development has basically stalled for the last 4 months, though he expects it to catch up in 3 to 6. So Meta's cashing in on the compute it already built. In the same week, it admits the software running on top of it isn't there yet. Microsoft's turn, and this isn't a new model, it's a new business. On July 2nd, Microsoft launched Frontier Company, a $2.5 billion AI deployment unit, 6,000 people, whose job is helping enterprise customers actually get AI into production, not just sell them the license. It's Microsoft admitting the real bottleneck in enterprise AI isn't model quality anymore, it's deployment. And now they're competing directly with the consulting firms for that layer. Mistral check. Arthur Mensch confirmed a new open-weight model is coming this summer, with early access opening this month. No name or specs yet, but it's a live thread. In the meantime, they shipped Mistral 1.5, a formal proof model, and an OCR update. And the business is real. Mistral's annual revenue just crossed $400 million, on pace for $1 billion this year. OpenAI's flagship is still stuck behind the same gate we flagged last episode. GPT 5.6 SAL has been capped at about 20 government-vetted organizations since late June over cybersecurity concerns. But today's reporting says general access could come as early as this week. Prediction markets are betting on July 9th. Worth watching. While Fable 5 is out and struggling, SAL is still waiting for the door to open at all. To close, the policy backdrop. The UN's global dialogue on AI governance opened today in Geneva, 169 countries, running through tomorrow. And 2 things just outside our window are still worth knowing about: China's Meidu and open-sourced Longcat 2.0, a 1.6 trillion parameter model trained entirely on domestic Chinese chips, no NVIDIA anywhere, and it's been topping the usage charts. And Elon Musk says Grok 4.5 just entered private beta at SpaceX and Tesla. No public numbers yet, but it's the one to watch next. Light week, busy background. That's Monday, July 6th. No single big launch this week, but Fable 5's comeback ran into a real problem. Meta and Microsoft both rebuilt parts of their business around AI, and OpenAI's flagship might finally get loose. That's the board. See you tomorrow.